Girls blocking guys is a violation of freedom of speech. It's in the Constitution, you know. I waited and waited for the moment to be right. For just the right words, and just the right night, and just the right stars, in just the right place, and to know that her heart had just enough space. A space that was just the right shape for me, kept by lock, with just the right key. And then just like that, she'd given it for free to some swindling, cheating, quick-thinking thief who hadn't put it in time or bothered to learn, or set the right stars, or use the right words. How could her heart be so easily unlocked? Dude, she said, you could have just knocked. The reason why people cling to Christianity is because of the notion that Jesus was the ultimate nice guy. It's not true. First of all, he was. From what we see in scripture, pro-slavery, there was no verse where Jesus himself flat out, straight up says, go and buy slaves. But there was one where he talks about slaves being beaten. And his rhetoric doesn't seem to be against slavery at all. He talks about slaves should obey their masters for their own good. And then apologetics will say, well, slavery was part of the culture back then. Yes, and so what? Because guess what? So was, let's for example say, homosexuality. But he was quick enough to condemn that. But no condemnation of slavery. And what about that? I didn't come to bring peace in the world but a sword. I came to split families apart if there are atheists in the family. Jesus never said a single word about homosexuality. It was Paul. It was Paul who talked about that very briefly. God forbade homosexuality in the OT, and Jesus is literally the same dude. Nothing beats the simplicity of Tinder. It is a very big circle jerk of girls wanting guys to follow their Instagram to inflate their numbers, whilst having no intention of going out with the guys unless they look like a Greek statue. Oh my goodness, Perseus, out the way. Wait, what was I saying again? Oh yes, Tinder's a great app. Also, why do people measure their height in imperial metric? Makes you look taller. Hello, nice guys. If this bio ends up there, my anthem is Feel Good Inc. I hate this website. Men spend at least 40% of their life farting. You're hanging around the wrong men. All it takes to cut down the amount of gas you produce is an elimination diet and careful study of what triggers it. You avoid those foods and take medication if needed. Boys spend 40% of their life farting. Men take control of their bowels. Yeah, man. Real men can control their bowels. They can just suck it all in. Eternal farts. Nice. Girls. I only date 6 feet guys. Real nice girls. I'm dating this midget, because that's my fetish. If you're a really nice person, you don't nitpick the person. You don't nitpick at the person you're gonna fall in love with. So yeah, I agree. Moral of the story. Go with the midget, everyone. Veronica, if you are to consider going on a date with me, I must warn you. You are. There are two sides to every gentleman atheist gamer. A misunderstood nice guy. This meme was made by Gang Reed and by the Grim Reaper. And behind him we can see the Shin Megami. And a twisted psychopath. This twisted psychopath is just cycling his way to the next victim.
Run.